split it apart. Thumbs up if you got it. Oh, some of us are already there. Comment?
I noticed that all of these are just doubles of...
Oh, you're catching on to something we're going to get to tomorrow. Awesome. Talk to Sebastian tomorrow on Fraction Friday. He figured something out. Okay, who feels confident about where the half goes and can come up here and write it in my teacher book? Do I have some brave volunteers who want to share? First, show your partner. Show your partner where you have the half. Check in with them. Miss Jennifer, do you want to come up? Show us where a half is? Yeah, come on down. All right. Now, some of you are already going ahead, which is fine. You can label the other ones too. If you know where the other halves are, go ahead. All right, on my number line, go over there. Come on over. Where would a half go? Let's all see if we got something similar. Thumbs up if you agree with her. Yeah. Awesome job. Great. Ian, did you agree? Get something similar? Great. Miriam, did you get something similar? Yeah. Check what she's doing there. Go ahead and write it in so they can see it one more time. Just draw it in there. Yes. Good. Woohoo! Give her a round of applause, everyone. Nice job. So if this is a half, who can name this? What's another equivalent name for 1? We're going to talk about that word after PE. What is another name for 1? Tell your neighbor what it is. Uh-huh. Did you tell your neighbor? What's the same? What's another name for 1, boys? Think about that. 2, think of our denominator. Clap twice if you know. Nice. Raise your hand if you want to share. What do you think is another name for 1 based on what we're doing when we're counting by our halves? Like we were just counting a second ago. Ian's ready. Ian, what is it?
2 halves.
Thank you for editing your answer. You're correct. It's 2 halves. Nice. Okay, so what I want you to try now, we did 2 together. I want you to go through your book and count by halves. If it's helpful for you to count these jumps like we were doing in the song, do that. It's fine to add those in. We've got 0. I guess I could write this as 0 halves. There's 1 half, 2 halves. Can you finish adding in halves halfway between each hole? If it's helpful, cover and draw a half. And then label and see if you notice any pattern with the numerators. Just like we kind of worked on the other day. 2 days ago, I guess, because we had a field trip. Check with your partner if you're already done and see if you got the same fractions. So go ahead. You got about 2 minutes to do this. You got it? Good. Let me come check. Got it? Did you guys check with each other?
And they went all the way to 12.
Nice. Hang on to that. Ooh, put that away so you don't lose it. You're done already? Good. Did you get the same answers? Okay, check with, oh, so sorry. Check with other people at your table too. See if you're all the way done. Did you get them all? Ooh, try to do the holes. You did the halves. Can you also write the rename for the holes? See how I did 2? You got yours. Good. See if you can help your friend Serenity out. Ian, awesome with the halves. I just want you to do the holes too. Just like the one you shared. Remember what you said for 1? 1 is the same as...
3, 2. Wait, so I do like 0 halves, 1 half.
What would this be?
And then you 2 halves.
Yep, right that. Got it? Nice. Do you like the jumping method? Okay, good, I'm glad. I know, isn't it funny? Good. Do you guys check each other? She's almost done, awesome.
Well, I did.
Did it go off?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it over there. Oh, thank you. Okay. You guys check? Take about 5 seconds to wrap it up if you haven't. I'm going to show you a couple of random ones. Check it in if you got them. If you got it, I want to get you give yourself a big old star by it, okay? Pens or pencils ready? One I want to randomly check is you should have a mark about halfway between 3 and 4. You can give me a thumbs up if you got that. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. And then what is the name of this random one I just chose here? If it's halfway between 3 and 4, how many halves is that? Say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
7 halves.
I heard most of us say 7 halves. Raise your hand if that's what you got. Nice. Give yourself a big old star if you had that. 7 halves. Nice job. If you didn't, that's okay. This is the time to fix it. Check it. Are there any questions on how we got 7 halves? There's a question. Yeah, Chanel.
I got it because I had the song stuck in my head.
Oh, so that's not a question, that's a comment. But great job. Yeah, you did it because you thought of the song. Awesome. I'm glad that worked for you. Cambry.
I have 2 things that I noticed about the numerators and all that stuff on them.
Oh, hang on to that because once we go over the questions, I want you to share. You're right. Question, James.
So me, is this what we can do? Me, I just labeled the half marks, then I did the
Yeah.
then I did the numerators, then I did the lines, then I did the denominators.
That's a great strategy. Did everyone hear what he said? He said first he just went through and kind of labeled all the halves like this, and then he went back and counted and labeled them. Yeah, that's fine to do. Arvin, you got a comment?
I used the jumping method.
You guys like that jumping method. Good. And you got 7 halves? Okay. All right. I asked if you noticed a pattern. So I'm going to fill in a couple of these. Like this would be 8 halves, right? This would be 10 halves. I'm just going to go through and do a few random, I guess. What did you notice pattern-wise? This was something we kind of, if you remember back to, what was that, Tuesday before our field trip, when we did the team challenge on this, and you had to notice some patterns with the fractions. That was kind of hard. I think we're getting better at it now. Who can tell me the pattern when we're labeling all of these? You might not see it on mine, because I didn't fill all mine in, so look at yours. What is the pattern that you're noticing? Tell someone at your table. Share your knowledge. What did you notice? Did you notice a pattern? Look at these numbers. Count them. Do you see something? Tell Simon what you're noticing. You got it? Oh, I can't. Okay, I did promise Cambry she could share. So Cambry, what's the pattern? Thanks for hanging on to it.
I noticed that, so the half for the top number line.
Yes.
Because you're just doubling the number of holes for the second number line.
Okay.
The half should be at the same spot as the first hole.
Oh, that is a good pattern. Noticing where it goes on the number line. Thanks for sharing that. Who's got another pattern they noticed? Super quick because we have 1 minute. Who haven't I heard from? Angela?
Like every time in the middle,
Yes.
it's an odd, and every hole it's an even.
That's brilliant. I wasn't even thinking that pattern, but you're exactly right. The ones that are just in the middle are odd numbers, and the ones that aren't even. What a great pattern. I wasn't even thinking that. Thanks, Angela. Okay, one more if you had something different. Someone I haven't heard from, Serenity.
I think that it was the number of line.
Yeah.
We go to that for that number, for the actual number that says on the one on top. It's
Yeah.
doubling it.
The number on top is doubling. What do we call the number on top? Numerator. You guys are coming up with really great ones. I was just thinking the pattern Miss Gantes noticed was that the numerator was counting up by 1. Like it was going 0, 1, 2. Okay, good. Okay, we were on the same wavelength. And I noticed that the denominator didn't change. Was that your, okay, good. I thought I was alone with that. But that was the pattern I was talking about. Okay, good. You had 2, that's right. All right, we have to pause our lesson for now because you guys have PE. So this is what I need you to do. Listen real quick. Hands on your desk. You're gonna leave your books here. Put your whiteboards on top because I think we'll do a quick little video recap when we come in. Looking for whatever table's ready first. They're organized, they're ready to go to PE. Awesome. Table 3, you can go. Thank you. Pushing your chairs.
Parts of a whole, fractions, they're what I know. They're equal pieces, they're parts of a pie. Fractions, they're all mine. Numerator never under on the time. And U for never. T for denominators always down. T for down. Numerator up, denominator down. Fractions are all around. Quarter circle, quarter square. 1/4 plus 3/4 makes 1 whole right here. And a quarter is a quarter. Big or small, it takes 4 quarters to make 1 whole. Try to say these fractions.
1, 4.
There it is.
3, 4. 6,
fractions, they're parts of a whole. Fractions, fractions, they're what I know. They're equal pieces, they're parts of a pie. Fractions, fractions, they're all right.
All right, good job. 3 things they need. Check to see if in your pencil box you have your fraction strips that we made. If so, quietly get them out and put them on your desk. Check also if you found those fraction circles. Some of you already got them out. Awesome. Put those on your desk. And then you need, if you don't already have it out, your whiteboard marker. Those 3 things. Whiteboard marker, fraction strips, the little piece of paper we folded, and fraction circles. Okay, you'll have to share with a friend for now. All right, we are going to do a team challenge. Who thinks they're up to a little team challenge today? Look at these 2 fractions. Think them in your head. What are these 2 fractions? Who can say this one? Raise your hand if you know it. Go ahead and say it, everyone.
5, 6.
What about this one?
7, 8.
So you guys know we had that field trip yesterday. And you remember how Mrs. Gantes forgot her lunch?
Yeah.
I was pretty hungry after that field trip. So I went home. I did. I really did. I went home, and Mr. Gantes made me a big quesadilla. Raise your hand if you've ever had a quesadilla. Oh, he's so sweet. You've had a quesadilla. It was a round quesadilla, okay? One of the circle ones. He took 2 tortillas, like didn't even fold it in half. I was that hungry. I ate 5/6 of my quesadilla.
Oh my God.
Now, he made himself a quesadilla too. He ate 7/8 of his quesadilla.
What?
My question is, who ate more? Did I eat more? Or did Mr. Gantes eat more? I don't know. Put your hands on your head, on your shoulders, and on your desk. Okay, so this is the team challenge. You have to figure out comparing these fractions. That's how we're gonna know who ate more. We have to compare them and figure out, well, which one is the bigger piece overall, or the bigger pieces together. Who ate more, Mrs. Gantes or Mr. Gantes? Oh, you might already have an idea, but you gotta prove it, right? How we know that we've got things in math is we could prove it just one way. If we're good at math, we should be able to prove things maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 ways. Look at the tools on your desk. Hold up one tool for fractions. That's one way. Find a different tool and point to it. There's another way we could prove it. Point to someone else's pieces. Thank you. So here's what's going to happen. On someone's desk at your team, I put our special fraction pieces. Raise your hand if they were on your desk. I know we love those. We're not going to trade them. We're not going to grab them. Whoever has them on their desk, that is their tool that they're going to be using to help their team. So I believe this was on her desk, right? There we go. Okay. Thank you for being flexible. Okay. We're going to be using those fraction pieces. We're going to be using fraction circles, your fraction strips. And I just thought of a 4th way we could do it. What were we just practicing?
Number line.
Number lines. So you could even use the book for number lines. You could draw a number line using the song that we did. So I'm thinking 4 strategies. 4 strategies to prove who ate more, Mr. Gantes or Mrs. Gantes. Is it enough to just write the answer? No. Just writing the answer isn't really proof that we fully get how to compare these 2 fractions. So what I'm going to be looking for is teams that are collaborating. What I mean by that is you are going to be using your pieces, but you're going to be sharing what you noticed with your teams. What are you going to be doing? Sharing what you noticed with your team. So if you have those special fraction pieces that we love so much, yes, you are going to use them, but then you're going to call your team around and show them what you've made on your desk to prove who ate the most quesadilla. Do we get it? Are there any questions about what we're going to be doing? Shana.
No, I have just a question. I have another strategy.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. What is it?
Going in your math notes.
Okay, how could we use our math notes? Elaborate on that.
You can go to the page where we practice our fractions.
And see maybe if there's a picture there or something you mean? Sure, yeah, use that. That's a great tool to use, right, as we go back to our book. James.
So, I have a question. Can you do all 4 stuff? All 4?
That's my challenge, James, is can you? I don't know. Can your team? Most of your teams have 4 people. So 4 people. Table 1, I'm going to show you how you're going to buddy up, okay? Because there are 6 of you. I'm going to send you to a place. You have 2 options, to work at your desk or to work at the place I tell you. Capiche? Any other questions before we get started? I'm going to write these on the board one more time, but let me get you started to go. These are the fractions. They're up here. I know some of you are already starting. You are going to have, 8 minutes. How many minutes?
8
Okay.
minutes.
8 minutes. Table 1 right here, this 4, group right here. You guys can work right here if you'd like, or your desk. Okay? This table, you can stay right here, or you can work on the back carpet. You guys can stay right here, or you can work at the back table over there. You guys are welcome to stay right here, or you can work in the center right here. You guys can stay right here, or work in this corner right here. Ready, set, go. All right, class.
Yes.
Thumbs up if you feel like you got at least one method.
No, you have to shade on.
At least one method? At least one method to prove. Let me say it this way. Who knows who ate more quesadilla?
Miss.
Oh,
Would you?
thank you. I don't. Oh, thank you. Okay. So what we're looking for is people that can prove it. How many ways? Show me with your fingers.
4.
Raise your hand with a 4. High 4 if you got 4 methods with your team. Now, if we got 3, then we're almost there. We're doing pretty good. We've made good progress. If we got 2, we're still like, hey, a 2 is like a 2, right? We're getting there. We're doing well. If we're at a 1, maybe this is something we need to work on tomorrow on Fraction Friday.
We got 0.
If you got a 0, we got to work on it tomorrow on Fraction Friday. So with your voices off, show me if you got a 4 with your team, a 3, a 2, a 1, or a 0. Show me with your team. I need a quick check-in, so pause what you're doing and have your fingers up. What'd you guys get? 4, 3, 2. Okay, thank you. Back team.
We got 4.
Thank you. Simon's, Phil, and an Angel, what'd you guys get? 4? Okay, great. If someone feels super confident in explaining the way, I'm going to start with the hard one, with the fraction circles. Who thinks they have a good way to prove who ate more quesadilla with the fraction circles? We haven't used those in a while. So I'm going to take a volunteer for this one because it could be a little tricky. And what I'm going to ask is that we're super great listeners and we're not touching our pieces. We're not adding on to our work anymore. We're going to show that we're attentive listeners and be focused on who's listening, right? So I'm going to check this one more time. Why don't I invite Team 3 back to your desk so that you could see this? You can leave the pieces on the floor if you're worried about moving them and come forward a bit. All right. Emerson, you think you got the fraction circles?
Oh, fraction circles?
So the circles, okay, hang on to that then. Jennifer, you think you got the fraction circles? Would you bring them up so that everyone could see them? Great. So the fraction circles are a great way. Who can tell me why this one, the circles, kind of mimics or looks like what I was describing? How does it mimic or look like what I was describing, Sabina?
Because you said you did it in a
Yeah, it was the same, it's even the same shape. So this is a great one to use to compare. Okay, I know it's hard to move all those pieces. Girls, I'd like you to move forward. Thank you.
What if the pie or thing, what if it was as big as the fraction
Oh,
circles?
she's moving them so carefully. That would be a tiny quesadilla. Thank you for being so careful. I know that you worked hard on that. Okay, I'm going to help you out with the camera. Describe what you're showing us. And boys and girls, I want you to show that you are attentively listening to what Jennifer is saying right now, because I'm going to ask someone after to explain back how she used these. So be ready to share. You can write down notes on your whiteboard if you want. Okay, Jennifer, sorry, take it away.
So I knew that these were pieces for 6, and I left one because you just left one.
Okay. Great.
And Mr. Gantes only left that with and he left.
Great. Does anyone have any questions for her? Jennifer, you can take one question. Say that one more time.
I love her. She liked how
Oh, okay. Any questions for her? One question.
How did you know which pieces were?
Yeah. How did you know?
I knew that the orange piece was the third, so then I tried pieces that probably be half of it, and I tried the blue one and it was half of it.
Great. Oh, next time I want you to bring that one up. Okay, who can explain how she used this circle to show who ate more quesadilla? Okay, Jennifer, I'm going to let you pick someone. See who was a good listener to you. Who can explain back how she used these circles?
You use the tiny dark ones to represent your 6, and you use your blue ones to represent your 8. Oh wait, no, let me stop that. You represented your light blue ones for your 6s, and you represented your dark blue ones for your 8s.
She correct? And do we notice which one has a bigger piece missing?
Yeah.
Which one? Point. Let's just say light blue or dark blue. Which one, everyone?
Light blue.
And which one did Mrs. Gantes eat? Light blue or dark blue?
Light blue.
So if there's a bigger piece of mine missing, then that could prove that I ate less and Mr. Gantes ate
More.
Great. Thank you, Jennifer. All right, give her a thumbs up while she walks back to her desk. Good job. Who can show us using the pieces? How were you able, and I'm just going to have you use mine, so I'm going to set them up here so you don't have to carry them. Who can use the pieces to show me who ate more? And if we did our math right, if we did this correctly, it should reinforce or it should go along with what Jennifer was just saying. I see a lot of people know this one, so I'm going to pull a number. Wrong pieces. Chloe, do you want to come up? All right. While Chloe is coming up, I want to make sure that you are going to be able to have an answer that matches hers or that you can explain what her answer was after she's done. Oh, even better. Okay. You got it. Cool.
The 6 is what you ate, which was 5.
Yep.
And then Mr. Gantes ate 7. And you can see that there's a big piece missing of yours right here. And then his is more longer and he ate.
Awesome. I love how you guys drew that. Who can explain back what she was just saying there? How does this prove who ate more? Chloe, you can pick someone.
So you were the first one that's Mrs. Gantes, and then you did Mr. Gantes, and you thought which one was bigger and who ate the most, and whoever was the less didn't eat more, and whoever the bigger one was the one who ate more, which was
Awesome.
Mr.
Thank you for being a good listener. Good job, Chloe. Thank you, guys. So we're team 1 or team 4. Nice job with that one. All right, I'm going to say a harder one. Who was able to prove it with those number strips? Because some of us had some messy ones and they were a little hard to use and they're not the most accurate, but there was a way to prove it, and it is similar to using these pieces. So if you like these pieces, I think you could do it with the strips. I need to call someone from a different team. So I might put this one back if I've already had this person share. Yeah, that team already went. Someone who can do the number strips. Simon. You got those number strips? The foldable paper? Oh, they did already share. I'm sorry. Can you share after if we have time? Okay, thank you. You'll get to share one after. Raise your hand if you had the number strips.
I have the number strips.
Great. Serenity, you got the number strips? The foldable papers, you could borrow a friend's. Great, come on up. Same thing. Your eyes should be on her. Be ready to repeat it back. I'll help you. There you go. Good job.
Then use 6 6 and 8 8s, you can split that.
Oh.
That.
Did anyone else think to do that?
That goes.
I like that.
So this would be Mr. Gantes, this would be you. So Mr. Gantes hit me.
Mr. Gantes, say more. I like how you said that at the end. Would you put him back up under the dot cam just so everyone could see him one more time and use that as a visual? Put him underneath. Yep. And show us how you would count. Where would 5, 6 be on that? How would you count that?
You would count by 6, so
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Great. And then show how to count on the 8s to that point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, instead of telling Serenity back what you just heard, I want you to tell someone next to you what you just heard about how to use those. You could even pick them up and show it. Ready? Go. Turn to them and tell them. You can go listen in and see if they were accurate. Be like the teacher. Come with me. Let's listen. Did you show it? You have them? Were you able to use those pieces?
We actually never got to piece it out.
That was awesome. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
So lovely to be here with you.
Okay, we need one more before recess. Do you need to take this?
No, I won't
Okay.
watch.
The number line. Oh, I wish we had time to go through our song one more time, but you just got to prove it for me. With the number line, how could we prove who ate more? So many people. I'm going to do this. James, do you have the number lines?
No, it isn't.
That's okay. We'll get that in a second. Okay. Oh. There's an already shared. I got to pull another one. Oh my goodness. All right, let's have Miss Cammie pick a number.
22.
22. Sebastian, can you show us the number line method? You want to borrow? Did someone at your team already do it? Who at your team did it?
Kamal did.
Where did Kamal? Oh, he's testing. Oh, sorry. Kamal, can you and Sebastian come up and explain the number line method? Oh, thank you for calling him. Okay, Sebastian, come up with Kamal. And together you guys are going to explain the last proof.
All right, while these guys are coming up, I just wanted to ask you a couple quick questions.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you are absolutely in love with your teacher.
Hell yeah.
Me too! Me too. And